This be your boy, Eddy Kool, and welcome to the Eddy Kool Wrestling Show. Now, I know it has been a while since I've been able to do a wrestling show, but I figured, you know what? Do this by myself. Do it the way I need to do it. I'm sorry for starving y'all for so long without a pro wrestling show. Now that I got some time on my hands, I'm going to give you what you want. You know, I just recently came back from vacation, went back home during Memorial Weekend, and South Carolina was hot, beautiful, lovely. Let's just say I love the summertime, but I hate the motherfucking bugs. Straight up. Let's get to it. The first thing I want to shoot off on is Mr. Kennedy getting fired. He recently made his return to Monday Night Raw, I think a couple Mondays ago, and I think the match went well. Supposedly he hurt his wrist, he got botched on a move or something like that, and the next thing you know, Friday he's canned. And I've been reading a few things, and they said that Kennedy had a long wire his welcome, you know, and numerous other things that I could really go on into, but just don't have the time for it. But does it come as a surprise to me? Yes and no, to be honest with you, because I see it that, to me, this is an opinion, and if y'all want to start jumping on me, I'm a grown man, I can take it. In the wrestling business, you're going to get injured. I mean, look at John Cena with the amazing run he had for like the past 4 or 5 years, and then he get hurt. Okay? And Kennedy, you know, every time they want to give him a major run, he gets hurt. And could it be the fact that he's injury prone? Possibly. Could it be some backstage politics? Possibly. Could it be somebody trying to get him the hell out so they can get their spot or get one of their friends a spot? Possibly. Hell, we don't know. It just kind of catches me on guard that, you know, that a talent like him, which he's good, just all of a sudden gets fired. I mean, they push him for like the past 3-4 weeks, and then he has that match, and then bam, he gets fired. I mean, I don't know what happened, but I just don't understand it. Do not understand it. And the thing about it is, you know, there's a lot of things in life we don't understand, and Mr. Kennedy getting fired is damn sure one of them. So somebody picks him up and he gets a job somewhere. I think I think he can do big things in TNA. ROH, I don't think so. ROH is not really ready for somebody like Mr. Kennedy to come in and do big things. But it would be a good look, though. So that's how I feel about that. I also want to blab about Ring of Honor on HDNet. Overall, I think it's a good product. Because I'm not a huge fan of TNA, ROH, or WWE. I'm just your basic wrestling fan that loves wrestling no matter what it is. I don't care if it's at the gymnasium down the road with 10 people down there. I'll go watch it. I'll watch any kind of wrestling. You put it old, new, whatever. You put it in front of me. I like all wrestling in general. I think ROH on HDNet, ROH in whole has a good product. You know, it's not as glitzy and glamorous as the WWE or TNA is, which is a good thing because, you know, they have great wrestling to make up for it. Like Paul Heyman said in the ECW video, what did he say? He said, hide the negatives and accentuate the positive. That's like some of the best advice I've ever got in my life, because I've lived that to the fullest. Hide the negative and accentuate my positives. And that's the same thing ROH is doing as well, which I figure is good. The addition of Ric Flair being an ambassador, that's also a good look, because, you know, if you can get Ric Flair to be an ambassador to ROH, then it's pretty good. But I guess he ain't going to be there no more, because as you know, the ROH shows are pre-taped. So sometimes some things happen that don't make it, you know, on the air at the time. And I guess Ric Flair is working back with the WWE. I don't know how long for, but it's funny seeing Ric Flair on Monday Night Raw Monday and ROH on Saturday. Hey, he pulling the Rick Rude, because if some of you guys remember, Rick Rude was the only man to be on Monday Night Raw and Monday Night Show in the same night. But as far as ROH goes, they have a real good product. Let me see who I like as far as wrestler-wise. Austin Aries, I like him. Who else? Colt Cabana, who made his return. Claudio Castagnoli. Who else? There's quite a few. And that tag team division is good too. They got a ton of tag teams there. And I think they also have a good tag team division as well. And who else do I like in ROH? I mean, the only thing I don't like about the whole thing is like the announcers. But other than that, you know, I think they can get better. I think they really can get better. They have some promise. Dave Prazak and Mike Hogwood, aka Mr. Slap the Porpoise. Where the fuck he got that from? But yeah, ROH is they have a good product, and it's about time they got their shine on. They remind me of ECW in a way, as that third company that's coming out of nowhere and amassed a huge following, which is good, which is really good. And ain't that a coinky think? If I'm not mistaken, I think they are in the same venue that ECW used to run out of, which ain't bad. So it might be kind of nostalgic, might be good luck, because yeah, ROH, they're on their way to big things. On their way to big things. Speaking of tag teams, the tag team division in the WWE, it just ain't what it used to be. You know, it just ain't what it used to be. Okay, so now you got the clones holding on to both titles. It's like, okay, now what? Now what? What do you have to offer? You got Brian Kendrick trying to find the perfect tag team partner, and you have all this other stuff, and then there's no Jesse and Festus, there's no Ryder and Hawkins, there's no, and it's like, what do you have to offer? I mean, you got Crime Time, and that's really about it, which is kind of sad, because, you know, you figure WWE got all them wrestlers. You mean to tell me y'all can't put together a decent tag team division? But I'm telling you, TNA's tag team division, they got it going on, man. They got a good looks going on. They got a lot of good looks going on, and of course they got that working relationship with IWGP, which makes it a whole lot better, because you get to see different wrestlers, different tag teams, and yeah, as far as the WWE tag team division, y'all really need to step y'all game up. It's just, there's nothing to be excited about no more. Hell, you done broke up Miz and Morrison, one of the hottest tag teams to be around in a while, and there's nothing much really going on for the tag team division, because I think TNA got y'all beat right now with Team 3D, Beer Money Incorporated, Lethal Consequences, not to mention some more of the other teams that, you know, that's either on the way from Japan, you know, Motor City Machine Guns. Their tag team division is good, TNA, but WWE, y'all got to step y'all game up. Speaking of TNA, the direction of TNA, I see like this: if they can get the belt off of Mick Foley, they can really go big places, because this is kind of like putting the belt on Vince McMahon, putting the belt on David Arquette, putting the belt on Vince Russo. It's that kind of shit, and I would hate to see TNA crumble due to some, you know, something silly like that. But I figure if with their tag team division, and if they, well, I'm not going to say they didn't neglect the X division. The X division is still there, but they didn't push it off the cliff as much as they did when they started being on TV, started being on Spike. I think the X division has a lot of promise as well. Like I said, the tag team division and the Legends Championship, I ain't got too much to say about that. It looks like a big ass, it looks like, to me, the Legends belt looks like the WCW or NWA United States Tag Team titles, red, big, and gold. But it's just, hell, put it on AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a phenomenal athlete, no pun intended. But other than that, you know, TNA has a lot of promise. And also if they keep the belt off Jeff Jarrett and Mick Foley, it'll be good. You know, give somebody that's hungry, that really wants the belt. And then you have, you know, the return of Victoria, going by the name of Tara. Who else came back? Shane Douglas, who's beating up Daniels because he wants his second chance. And the reemergence of Raven, teaming with Daphne and Stevie Richards, or Dr. Stevie. And I think TNA has a lot of promise. And their women's division is, their knockout division as well too. And I think WWE is slowly starting to creep up on them. But as far as like women's wrestling, TNA got on lock. That's how I feel about that. I know this seemed like a short edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. That's how I want to make it short and sweet. Like I said, questions, comments, holler at me. Hit me up on my Gmail. That's Eddy Kool 843 at gmail.com. That's EDDYKOOL 843 at gmail.com. That's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching the Eddy Kool Wrestling Show. Like I said, questions, comments, ideas, suggestions, leave them, send them, I'll read them, I'll holler at you. And this your boy Eddy Kool. Well, holla.